New home, you're listening in school detention. How you doing, bro?
I'm hungry.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just worked out a
Oh.
couple hours ago.
Where you working out at?
LA Fitness.
You like it there?
It's a gym.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's got what I need.
Yeah. 100%. This new station is a different feel though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a bigger feel for that.
I mean, I like it better.
Oh, definitely.
It's a nice couch.
It's a nice red. I feel it. So, guys, if you know us personally, we did, obviously, as you can see, leave 90.3 WRLR. However, regardless of the circumstances, thank you guys so much at 90.3. And thank you to our fans, too, for giving us the opportunity to express ourselves, put our platform out, allow us to be ourselves, and give us the opportunity. We will never forget those experiences as we carry those on into who we are and how we are doing now. So, I'm excited for this one, John.
Oh, yeah, man. This is big stuff. Big stuff is happening.
Mm-hmm. 100%. So, first thing we want to get into, now, the thing that's so hard to ignore is Revenge of the Dreamers 3.
Yes.
Like, what? Right now, album of the year. Easily. And I can say I broke my 2-listen rule. I listened to it like 5 times.
I mean, it's a good album.
It's a great album.
It's a good album. You think it's album of the year already?
Right now, I mean, based on what we have through the month of July, yeah. I think so. Out of everything I've heard this year. I mean, I haven't heard,
I can't really say because I haven't listened to... I've listened to a lot, but I haven't listened to everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know. It's a great album though. I mean, I've been listening to it nonstop. So I mean, I'm not saying it's not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's hard to sit here and say for a fact album of the year. But I mean, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it does win album of the year because I mean, it's a great album. I mean, every single song hits. Every song.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me catch you up then. What is your favorite album of the year so far? That's a better way to put it.
Oh.
That's a better way to put it.
No.
That's a better way to put it. Because what you're saying makes sense. Is that because honestly, there's no way you're going to hear every single album drop it every single time.
Right.
So we can only go off what we actually hear. And, you know, of course, we heard all the major releases, Everything for Sale, Crash Talk, Igor, Benny the Butcher's album, which is also fire.
Benny the Butcher's album was... I've been listening to that and a lot of his other stuff recently, heavy. I like the feel of it. You know, it definitely reminds me of like old school 90s just bars, and the beats are like dirty, and it's just, I don't know, it's just a really nice vibe. You know, it really feels like hip hop, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. And Pusha T murked his feature.
Yeah,
man. He always does.
Yeah, you know, I mean, they rap about the same stuff, so it kind of fits. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that goes nuts. Like every song on there is nuts.
It is.
Man, what else was fire? Evil/Live.
That boy Low Cut.
Flame.
That boy Low Cut.
That just came out.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite song on there?
Oh my. Probably Hope There's a Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, every song. Action's nice. I like The Hated. Not the one. PT. All of them. All of them. They're nice. You know, so he's on the up and coming rapper.
Big shout out to Low Cut, man.
Big shout out.
Put in good work, put in great work. It's good to see him get that project out if he put it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was waiting for it, and I'm really happy how it came out and how it's sounding. I think he's gonna be making some big waves here soon. I was really feeling Freddie Gibbs' album, Freddie Gibbs and Madlib, Bandana, Flame,
Fire.
I mean, all the songs there are hits too. I mean, it's bars. You feel me? I feel like at this point, a lot of the music I'm going towards more so it's just lyrical ability, you know, over just like hype beats.
Yeah.
But if you can combine the two, then that's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like for Revenge of the Dreamers, like the beats were crazy, and every single feature was golden. You know, even from rappers you think that aren't like lyrical or you think that wouldn't collab with artists like that. Like what they have a Smoke Perp feature on here.
They have the Baby feature too.
That's what I'm saying, which I just wouldn't have expected, but it goes nuts. You know, I mean, Young Nudy, he has a whole song with J. Cole. But I mean, again, like I've been saying, Young Nudy's he's a dog for a while now, so. I'm not surprised. I'm happy he actually got the single song with J. Cole instead of just being on Down Bad. So I'm just glad that they kind of brought the best out of those rappers. And clearly, I mean, they must have seen something in them, you know, to be invited and to be put on the album. They're not just gonna put trash rappers on there. So
yeah, there is a ridiculous amount of people invited though. I believe if I remember the statistics, over 200 people were invited, artist-wise. Like over 200 songs were made, and they finally got to whittle down to 18. That's
wild, crazy. Bro. And I'm sure. I mean, at least I hope the other songs get released at some point in time, either on a mixtape or just singles. But Because I would love to hear, just all the different songs that were made from the different artists, the different vibes. It's so cool. I love hearing songs where there's like a bunch of different artists on there because they all bring their own just like sound to them, and it's so dope. Their own style on everything. So crazy to me. So yeah, I mean, I really like how they're doing this. I was talking to my friend the other day, saying that this is the album that DJ Khaled wishes he could have made with all the features. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like this is hot. Every song slaps.
No skips.
Honestly, at all. No skips at all. Everyone brings their A game, and like you said, this is for you. This is album of the year, and I wouldn't be upset if that actually won the award. You know what I'm saying? But you got DJ Khaled over here.
Hey.
One, upset he didn't get number one
of
the week, which I mean I'm not surprised, but at the same time, like I'm not hearing anybody play this album. I haven't listened to it. I don't hear anybody playing the songs. I don't hear it anywhere. And a lot of it's like forgettable. Like when's the last time you played a DJ Khaled album?
When that one came out. When Father of Asad came out.
Exactly. And then when's the last time you played it though, other than the day it came out? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't listen to it. So I mean, but he has the ability to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has connections to bring that. But I think he's more concerned about just trying to get number one hit summer bangers over actual like quality music. Personally, so that's my thing. But yeah, if DJ Khaled could do something like this, then I'd definitely listen to his albums a lot more.
Definitely. Well, hits don't last. Some songs you have that will just live forever, but that's like super rare. It's better to go for the long-term success. Thing that's gonna get you where it's like years later they still talk about the Black Album, Reasonable Thought, all that kind of good stuff like that. That is what you want longevity. Reasonable Doubt. What did I say?
Thought.
I did?
Yeah.
Wow, my bad. Reasonable Thought. Reasonable Doubt. Jesus Christ.
Reasonable Doubt.
Reasonable. My bad. But you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Albums that they make that are classics to live forever. For example, I'll get this one right. Section 80, Overly Dedicated. Fire. Live forever.
I mean, there's classic albums out there, obviously. I mean, there's classic albums every year. I feel like they drop. I mean, they may not necessarily be number one hits, but it over time it's gonna be appreciated a lot more. But what I feel DJ Khaled's problem is when it comes to making music like that, like he's not looking to make classics. He may claim that they're classics, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? What? No Brainer. What was that? Last year, 2 years ago?
I didn't listen to Khaled last year, so I really couldn't tell you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and he, at the time, I'm pretty sure he was saying this was a banger, blah blah blah. But like, you listen to it for a summer, and then that's it. You're not gonna replaying these albums. Like I don't even know what albums has he been dropping other than Father of Asad, like in the past. Like I don't listen to him at all. And I'm not even trying to knock DJ Khaled because he's clearly successful and he's doing his thing, which that's awesome. Keep doing your thing. But like, you could make better albums, like if you really wanted to. Like if you actually put the time and the effort into it, I think you could do a lot more with the influence that you have and the connections you have.
Well, at the same time, which is true, but as we all know, music, art is all relative to that person. So what he does and with the work he puts into it, the amount of stuff he may think that's fire. Because if you sit there, you create something, and you build it up.
He does.
Like you're gonna think that's fire regardless. But I think he should, to your point, he should take a step back and be like, man, like what am I missing? Because I'm being ridiculously overshadowed by all these other things that are not as big releases as mine. Because Khaled's releases are huge. We hear about
they're huge releases,
long time,
and like
then the albums never
perform
that well.
Exactly. I mean, I think he's more so he's just looking for quick number one hits, over like substance and stuff like that, and bringing actual dope artists on. Because every time you go on every album, it's just like the top 10 artists. Yeah. Collabing together, making some fun songs. All right, that's cool. But then you look at the Dreamville, and there's rappers you probably have never even heard of, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa. Then you go looking up them, and then you have a whole new artist that you can listen to. But if you go to DJ Khaled's albums, it's just you got SZA, you got Justin Bieber, Chance the Rapper, Lil Wayne. It's like, right. So it's like, all right, well, it's cool that they're collabing, I guess. But I've heard plenty of collabs by them already because of the top 10 artists out right now. Like I'd much rather hear like some heavy bars, just dope beats, just actual creativity, and some of the songs on here, the beat switches are nuts. I mean,
you don't want to call me off guard because I forgot he got invited with Maxwell Cream.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, that was dope, and he killed it.
I love Maxwell.
Yeah, that was dope.
I love Maxwell Cream so much, bro. Like that nitty gritty, his flow, his cadence, and everything. Sometimes it's not about what a rapper says; it's just overall how he sounds.
Yeah, it's just them, their like personality.
Right. That's why I like the Baby. He's not the most lyrical rapper. He has punchlines.
He has punchlines.
His cadence delivery is crazy.
I like him too. Don't get me wrong. I got his music on my phone. I do listen to it. I'm just waiting for him to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, because it's gonna get boring.
It's getting repetitive, you know. Because like, I mean, if you put on every single song, beats are somewhat similar, but like you were saying, it's flow and cadence. It's like every song is the same thing. But it's like I said, it's hot, it's dope, and I listen to it. But I know I'm going to get tired of it eventually, so I'm waiting to see what he does differently, and I'm sure he will. You know, he just started getting popping, so I gotta give him time to get into his own and do his own thing. But yeah, I mean, he killed it. Everybody killed it, man. I mean, you name one person on this album, and you can pull up their verse, and it's hot.
100%.
The singles aren't even my favorite songs off the
They're not. They're not. And you know, I messaged you, and we had a conversation about this, or I was talking to Jordan or somebody, that you know, I'm glad that there are so many other songs on this album because they put out 4 singles. Technically 5 if you count Middle Child, even though we didn't know that was going to be on there.
I didn't know that was going to be on there.
But if you count, you know, the singles Down Bad, Got Me, Lambo Truck, and Costa Rica, you know.
I didn't listen to the last 2.
You listen?
I listened to them now, but like
right. You told me that.
To listen to them.
Now, did that work for you?
Yeah, I mean, I like when Costa Rica came on. That's one of my favorite songs on here. I think everybody kills their verse.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a dope song, and I'm glad I didn't listen to it because when I was listening to it on the album, I was like, "Yo, this is hot."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then Down Bad, I mean, the singles are dope. Don't get me wrong, but like, I'm glad they kind of saved the best. Personally, for me, the best for the album.
Yeah.
You know, I hate when artists put out the singles and you're like, "Oh, this is dope," and you get interested, and then the album comes out, and those are the best songs on the album. You feel me? And I'm like, all right, you should have just kept the singles out. I don't even need the rest of those.
Right.
Like, you know, give me the B tracks. I want to wait for the A tracks for the album. You know, the album release.
Yeah.
That's how I feel at least.
Can you imagine if they released we waited on Down Bad? We'd be like, why wasn't this a single? If the hit, the impact would be even greater.
Exactly. I can't even imagine if I heard Down Bad for the first time on the album. I would have been like, yo, this is crazy. You know, I wouldn't even be mad if they didn't release any singles. I feel like they could have not released a single.
Easily.
What? Obviously, not every artist can do that, but I mean, it's J. Cole.
The hype was
already
there.
there.
The documentary's out.
That's what I'm
they
saying.
had all the Instagram and Twitter and everything from the 10 days back in January. The hype was already there.
They didn't need to drop any singles. But, I mean, it was cool that they did, but like they definitely didn't need to, and it would have been just as fire, maybe even bigger because you know it's like, what's gonna be on here? What's going on? You know. But I mean, I don't know what else I can say with this album. I mean, everything about it was crazy.
I will say this: the last song, "Sacrifices," man, I was tearing up, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's like it's the whole song itself between Olu on the hook and just going on throughout what they're talking about. The way Smino comes on and transition to Saba, how he breaks down his verse, and then Cole when he switches up and starts like singing on that back half of his verse and what he was talking about with his wife and what things that they went through. When now he has a kid, now he has another kid. Like, man, that hit hard, especially because as someone who wants a family one day and a child, like to hear someone else's story about that's like super crazy to me. That was so dope.
Yeah, one thing I actually really enjoyed is that it wasn't, you know, J. Cole, and the whole kind of vibe of the album, it wasn't J. Cole sounding, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And not that I'm knocking this out, I'm a fan of J. Cole, I'm a big fan of J. Cole, but like, I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, and I was like, yo, have you heard it? And he hasn't yet, and he was just saying how he's kind of reluctant to listen to J. Cole because, you know, it's the J. Cole sound, you know how he sounds, it's kind of like lyrical, storytelling, you know, some people say he's boring. I don't think so, but on this, I mean, it's not, it's him, but it's a completely different direction, you know, the song with him and Young Nudy, like, you know, I've never heard him rap like that or about stuff like that, that's what I'm saying.
Same thing with
it was
Under
dope,
the Sun.
though. Exactly, it was dope, you know, so I'm like, nice, like, I'm glad, one, that he's kind of like going into different avenues. I think that's super cool, and he's still killing it. It's not like he's sacrificing lyricism or storytelling for it. He's just kind of branching out, and he's doing it his own way, and I think that's how you really make waves, and I think he's doing his thing. So J. Cole's gonna, I think he might be top right now, like top rapper out.
I've been saying that.
I know you've been saying that. Like, there was always a debate, you know, with him, Kendrick, and I mean, I guess Drake too, but like, I think right now, I don't see anybody really touching J. Cole.
I don't either, especially after this, because like I said, everyone wanted to box him in. He's only going to talk about lyrical things and making you better and all this other stuff. Nah, y'all ain't this dark skin Cole.
No, what's your favorite song over here?
Favorite song over there is...
Songs. I'll have to have a couple of them.
Favorite songs on the album, Sacrifices, Self-Love is a banger. Oh man, that one, I felt that one so much in my heart. And by banger, I don't mean, you know, boom, bam, huge
No,
knock. I mean, a song that I just
not a
love.
banger.
It's not a banger, excuse me. A song that I love. Excuse me. It's great.
Don't put it on at a party.
Put on a party.
Don't put it on at a party. It's a good song though.
I would do something like that.
I know you. That's why you don't get the aux cord at the party.
I know, right? I only get the aux cord when I'm in the car with nobody.
Exactly. Nobody else in the car.
Nobody else in the car. Literally, and it's just like, actually, I just got a car with the aux cord. Funny story. It's a really good feeling. Now,
Congratulations.
thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not gonna lie. I miss my car though a lot. It's only been 2 days. It's still at home. They gotta come pick it up, but I miss it.
You won't miss it once you realize how much less worry you have to put it into, oh man, can I make it to work today? You know. But I get you though.
Yeah,
I get you.
Yeah, man. So back to the topic. Under the Sun. On top of that, I heard the snippet. They were at All-Star Weekend, and they were previewing some songs like at after party. Cause you know J. Cole at halftime, and I heard this, and I was like, oof. Like he said, we the dog catchers. How many bullets your dog catching? I was like, oh my god, it's filthy. So there's that. Plus Luke Omen, he kills this track. Self Love, Sacrifices, Wells Fargo is hard. 1993 is crazy.
1993. I like Rembrandt, Run It Back. I think that's cold. Oh Wow, Swerve. I think that's cold. Costa Rica, like I said, I think everyone on there kills it. Absolutely destroys it. What else, man? I mean, there's so much.
I like every song in this album.
Yeah, I mean, like I could listen to every
hard.
song if I really wanted to.
Yeah.
But I mean, those three I've been listening to. I mean, I've been listening to the whole thing back to back to back. But like those three, I'm really rocking with. Yeah.
Me too, for sure. Great album, and I'm glad it was 18 songs long. A good length. I predicted like 16, but the more the better. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for, as long as the songs are good, it could be long. You know, I hate when you get Chris Brown drops like 40 track albums, and I'm like, yo.
bro.
First of all, I don't really listen to Chris Brown like that. You know, I know not super talented dude. I'm not talking no type of trash. I just don't listen to him like that, honestly, at all. But like, the 40 track albums are really making me like, oh man, that's a whole day. You know, I gotta sit down, listen to this 40. You know, and I feel like they're all gonna sound similar.
It's a road trip.
I'm not trying to do that, you know. But yeah, if it was 40 bangers, then I might have to do it, you know.
I love to hear Chris Brown rap. He can spit. You heard him do freestyle.
I think he should start rapping more, you know, like, cause he does rap really well, you know. I really like it. It'd be cool to hear him like kind of actually do his thing, other than sing all the time.
Definitely. So now, besides Revenge of the Dreamers, what else have you really been enjoying? You said Evil Live. You know what I just checked out? You telling me check it out? That Polo G, Died Legend. Hard.
Yeah, man, he's on the come up for sure.
Super duper tough. Just even though I'm not even from that, and I'm not from that kind of lifestyle, I appreciate it because it vividly describes so I can picture what's going on in my head.
Yeah.
That's what I love about listening to stuff like this because I learn something new every time I do.
100%.
Like that's crazy.
100%. There's a couple songs off of Wi-Fi's Funeral, Ethernet 2 that I downloaded. Run and Eggs. Pretty decent. He's actually not bad, like, at all. For like one of the newer school rappers, like, he actually has flow. He's not just talking about nothing. I think I downloaded. There's 2 songs off of Gucci Mane's Delusions of Grandeur. It was actually a pretty decent album, I think. I don't know if you listened to it. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Like I said, Benny the Butcher was cold. But JPEG Mafia, recently been downloading some of his stuff. I've actually been getting into a lot of older things too, to be honest. Like, I'm just going back and just re-downloading and just trying to rediscover things, you feel me?
I've been listening to Gold Link Dysphoria, Mir Fontaine, The Plugs I Met, Benny the Butcher, YB and Corday a little bit, Black Swan by Smino, which is absolutely crazy. We're going to get into some of that later. Chance the Rapper put 10 Day and Acid Rap. I checked out both. Still classics. Fire. Case Study 01 by Daniel Caesar. Yo, I know Daniel Caesar is not liked by most, and what he said was a little reckless. I'm not even gonna get into that.
What did he say? I don't know what he said.
You know who Yes Jules is? She's like a media personality or whatever. She said something in regards to clout chasing or something along those lines. I could be wrong. I think I'm off. Daniel Caesar essentially said, he told black people not to buy his music. If you don't like what he says, he's like, yo, don't buy my music. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't give a. He
told black people not to like.
It was on a video. I believe it was black. I'm gonna do the research.
Or was he just telling people?
I believe he told black people. Not to buy his music.
Was like the topic of conversation like, black people aren't feeling you, Daniel, and he's like, I don't care. You don't got to. type thing. Was that what it was?
Something like that, because he was defending her, and it had to do with racing because she's white and something like black. So there are a lot of people who are kind of boycotting his music right now, which is, I mean, honestly, that's y'all lost.
I didn't even hear about that.
Oh yeah, that came
It's
out
crazy.
a while ago, but that was a few months ago. But man, this album is a classic. It's different than 40.
I like Daniel Caesar, man.
Yeah,
the voice is there.
100%. The voice is absolutely there, and he's unique. Nobody else really sounds like him or anything that he does. So I'm looking forward to how to see that's gonna go. And sales wise, everyone's knocking it, but he's gonna do 39K worldwide in the first week.
That's solid.
So that's really good.
And not every album is gonna be, a top selling, record breaking album. Like you hear about it all the time, but like it can still be a great album. It doesn't have to go platinum the first week.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I feel like everyone always has these high expectations. If it doesn't sell a certain amount in the first couple weeks, month, like it's trash. Like, no, like just give it time. Like it grows on people. Things have to grow. So and sometimes albums sound better a year or two down the road because of what's being talked about. It's actually more relevant then than it was when it came out.
That, and we're in different times in our lives. I was talking to a friend of mine, and at first he didn't like For Your Eyes Only. I'm like, yo, you should revisit it because it came out in 2016, and he was saying, at the time he listened, like it was garbage, woo woo woo. He listened to it again. Now that we're in our 20s, he's like, yo, this album is really good. I'm like, I told you, it's a different phase in your life of what you want.
Yeah.
People don't understand how much art and music actually like connects with us. It connects with our heart. This is why, why do I like this song so much? That's why, because it's actually connecting something for you.
Exactly. Man, I was gonna say something. Completely lost my train of thought. I was gonna go right to that too. This is what I was gonna say. I mean, I always try to revisit albums as well. Especially if like something pops in my mind, like, oh man, I know that was hot back in the day. Let me go ahead and check it out again. And I actually like it 10 times more because I actually understand what's going on and what's being said. Especially if I was younger when it came out, and now that I'm older, I can kind of relate a little bit more. Just possibly have been through the situation that they're talking about. So I always try to revisit albums, especially classic albums that I may have dogged back in the day. I make a point to revisit just to see what's changed, in my life.
Definitely, 100%. So right now, guys, we're gonna can you imagine being somewhere random and you try to show somebody a video? Like, don't you hate that? Like, check this out, and it's circle, trying to show somebody, like, where is it at?
Connected to Wi-Fi, or something to, like, download, and be clear.
Yeah,
I hate it. Frustrating.
Yeah, man, super duper frustrating. So, all right, next big thing we're going to cover here, because we don't just talk about one thing. Free agency. Your thoughts?
Wild, man.
Yeah.
Super wild. I mean, I'm not mad, though. I mean, I kind of wish Kawhi stayed in Toronto, but I mean, as long as he didn't go to the Lakers, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So Clippers, that's a good fit. Wasn't expecting that Paul George trade. It makes sense though, but yeah, that caught me off guard. Like nobody's business. What else has been going on? I know the Lakers are trying to get everybody under the sun to get on the team.
Shout out to Red Dead Dreamers 3.
Man.
You know they just signed today, right? Avery Bradley.
Yeah.
That's a great pickup. I'm not gonna lie, they looking like the favorites right now.
Bro, it's so annoying, man.
Why?
It's so annoying. I mean, we already had this conversation, but it's just like every time LeBron's on a team, other than when the first time we went to the finals, which was cool that he brought that team to the finals. But every other time, like they try to bring everybody they can to team up with him to win. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not working, they'll trade him by halfway through the season, the whole team, just to get a whole. It's like, yo, can you just win? Can you just win with the team that you have, or win with like one other superstar? Like I get the duos thing, and Michael had Pippen. You know what I'm saying? Kobe had Shaq. So I'm not saying you can't have another star on the team, but you don't have to have 5 All-Stars and then the bench with former All-Stars. And it's just like, yo, like just win with you and your guy, and then you can have a good solid role players. Like just play basketball and compete. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm such a fan of Portland. Because they're really doing it with just CJ and Dame, and obviously they have other players as well, but they're not all superstars. They're just solid role players that know how to play basketball.
Yeah.
And they're not trying to grab every single person and trade half the team so they can bring. It's just like, yo, just win. Like how many people do you need to help to win? You feel me? Like I feel like that looks bad on the legacy for LeBron, because it's just like, yo, like
it definitely does.
Look how many people they're bringing over that were past stars or stars of today or future stars. It's like, yo, like,
what?
How much help do you need? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
this is my problem.
No. Well, to the point, we granted we're not in the NBA, so maybe we don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just crazy. We sound so stupid. We don't know. But based off what we do know, you don't need 80,000 people, 80,000 All-Stars to win a championship. And
definitely don't need them.
So far, LeBron it's on the Lakers, it's Bron,
Yes.
AD,
Yes.
Jared Dudley, Danny Green, Rondo, Avery Bradley.
I think you said Avery
Jim
Bradley.
Bell. I'll start the list over this time. Did I?
You have the list like on you?
I'm about to pull it up right now.
Okay.
Because Nike's on my laptop.
Because there's so many people, I can't even remember who's all on the team.
Yep, and he signed a
DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah, I knew I was forgetting somebody. Yeah, that's
Yo,
ridiculous.
Come on, guys. Like,
here we go right here. KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Alex Caruso, Tyson Chandler. Oh my God, they have Tyson Chandler still? I thought they. Wow, that's not fair. Okay.
see what I'm saying?
Quinn Cook, DeMarcus Cousins, Troy Daniels, who was a burner. AD, Jared Dudley, Danny Green, Taylor Horton-Tucker, that's that guy they drafted. He gets buckets.
Yeah, I know.
Bron, of course, Kyle Kuzma, JaVale McGee, Zach Novell Jr., Rondo. Oh, they still have Lance Stevenson too. Wow.
That's a team. That's a squad for sure. Like that's a good team.
Good Lord.
You know, he had just as many stars when he was on the Cavs. What this past
Yo,
like,
that
year
was
or two.
I was so
and then traded
hyped.
Halfway through the season because you're not doing as well as you think you're supposed to. What did you expect? To just be unbeaten?
Yeah.
Like, bro, you're going to lose games.
I thought that team was it. I thought they were going to win. I was so happy. I'm like, D Rose, IT, D Wade, Jay Crowder, J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert, Kevin Love, Kyle Korver, and somebody. And Kyrie.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
That's a squad, bro. And then,
Christ.
I don't know what was going on. You traded half of them, halfway through, or most of them, halfway through the season, just to get a completely new set of players to play with because they weren't happy. It's like, bro, just play the game. Play basketball. You know what I'm like? It's just annoying to me. I mean, I just feel like it's like, how many people do you need on your team to help you win?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And then how does that take away from a legacy at all?
I think so.
I think it does
because,
too. I mean, people are going to argue that it doesn't, but it has to. It has to take away from your legacy somewhat.
No, I do agree. You know, we look at this and we say, does he need all those pieces? Come playoff time, you just might. Because all of them play specific roles. I mean, because think about it. Bron does best when he has shooters around in Miami. So now he has Danny Green, Avery Bradley, Jared Dudley, shooters. Quinn Cook, he has tons of shooters around him.
Yeah.
You know, so and maybe when you get to that playoff time, it comes down to the system versus needing certain players. You know, you're going to play those players, and they're going to play great.
They're going to, yeah, I mean, it's a good team. They're going to be doing really well. They're probably going to win the championship. Let's be serious here. Go ahead.
Sorry. I literally lost my train of thought, then got it back.
Go ahead. No, yeah, you're good.
God, I lost it again.
Okay.
This is terrible.
I'm going to jump up.
I need help.
I'm going to go and start talking.
I need help.
Okay, well, all I'm saying is, especially in the West, like, you got it? Okay, go ahead.
All right.
I don't want you to lose it.
Think about it like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're playing pickup basketball,
Yes.
are you going to pick up the best players to be on your team?
No, I mean, it depends. If it's how is it? It's going to be like, I pick, you pick, I pick, you pick.
Yeah.
I honestly think I wouldn't necessarily want a bunch of dope guys on my team because it's going to be pickup basketball is not like the NBA.
It's not at all.
Everyone's just going to try to ISO.
Right. It's not
and do all that stuff. But yeah, I'd much rather actually pick play. I would try to build a team. Like if I knew someone was like lockdown defender, like okay, I'm going to pick him up. And then if I had, I needed a center, okay, I'm going to pick him up.
Right.
He's a better point guard than I am. I'm going to pick him up so he can, you know what I'm saying? Like, but they don't necessarily have to be stars. That's how I would think. But it makes sense. Like, you think, like, man, I'm just going to get all these all-stars, we're going to be amazing. But that doesn't always work. Hence, look back at the Cavs. They had all those people and it wasn't working. Or at least it wasn't working fast enough for them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I honestly think, like, a team that has maybe 1-2 solid, like, all-stars, superstars, whatever the case is, and then the solid role players that know how to play their role and do what they need to do, that could probably be a team that has just a bunch of all-stars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I could easily see, like, the chemistry not being 100% there, but all these all-stars that were used to having the ball in their hands all the time, and now they don't, because somebody else has the ball. But, that's what they're used to, so now it's a problem, you feel me? But if a role player knows, okay, the stars got the ball, I'm going to go run over here and take this guy, boom, 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 boom. It's a whole system. It's a system. That's why the Spurs were so good, because they had it down. They weren't always trying to pick up every single great player.
Yeah.
They just happened to draft really great players.
Yeah, you have a system. One other thing that I love the San Antonio always did, they grabbed foreign players. If you notice, a lot of players that they grabbed were foreign, and foreign players often have better fundamentals than players who grew up in America. Because in America, the AAU thing is pushed now. Now we have a lot of, now everyone's a point guard who can dribble and shoot. But 5-10 years ago, a lot of players who were drafted end up fizzling out because they're athletes. All they do is dunk. And then, okay, like, what else can you do? Okay, I'm a playoff. You can't hit a jump shot. Now you can.
That's still happening to those players right now. Look at Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but
he's good. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like,
got a fat contract.
Shoot the ball.
Yeah, exactly. So, look at these foreign players, Marco Bellinelli, Boris Diaw. They may not be the most athletic, but their skill will cook you. A great example is Luka Doncic.
Yeah,
cooking everybody. He's not the most athletic, fast person to play. He's cooking everybody, just on skill.
Everybody. Him, Kristaps.
That's going to be a great duo.
Markkanen.
I'm so excited.
Giannis.
Yeah, he's athletic now.
Yeah, but he's a freak. So he doesn't.
Whole different.
He's not.
Whole different thing.
But yeah, no, you're 100% right. I mean, it kind of almost seems like flashiness and handles and all that stuff, and making people fall. Is looked at as good basketball in America, while fundamentals, shooting, passing, just the basics are pushed more in like European countries. That's what it seems like, at least. You know what I'm saying? So then, because you look at all these people that come up from AAU, I'm sure you've seen like the videos on YouTube where they're just dribbling the clock out, and players are open, clapping like yo, and they're just dribbling, and then they just possibly make it, possibly miss, and this is like, yo, like you could have had an easy dish, inside and could have got the layup, but you're trying to over here make the dude fall, and he's on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
Who's this one dude? I mean, he got
short dude,
Jalen Newman.
I think it's Julian.
Julian Newman? Dude, oh my God.
Yeah, bro.
He dribbles. I mean, he can hoop me. Let's go on the record. I'm garbage.
All these people, put on the record, all these people are going to kill us in a game. So I'm not even trying to sit here and say, like, I'm better than any of these people.
But, dude, literally, every time I see him in a highlight, I'm like,
dribble.
Like, what are you doing, bro?
That's what I'm saying,
basket.
Bro. Pass the something.
Jesus,
something.
Bro. I mean, he gets buckets, from the highlights that I've seen. Of course, highlights can be deceiving, but... Like, he dribbles so hard and so much. It's like, yo, are you actually going to go forward and score?
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Like, you'll dribble for 15 seconds and literally be in the same spot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, like, okay, you could dribble between your legs, but you haven't made any progress.
Right.
So what's really important? Fundamentals, being able to make the right decision of basketball IQ, or being able to dribble.
Right, being able to play basketball. People can hoop, but can they play basketball?
Look at street ballers, like and1 street ball, and actually NBA players play each other. Like, have you seen that video of that one on Dwayne Wade recently?
In China?
Yeah, where dude was, hitting with all these moves, and Dwayne Wade was literally just standing in front of him, and then blocked his shot like it was nothing. Yeah. And it's like, that's the difference right there between street ball and like handles and all this stuff and actual basketball players, like there's differences, there's just levels to it.
All right, yeah, I love Ari Lennox. I always will. I think Shea Butter Baby is fire too, but Dreezy's verse on that. Oh. All right, my man. Real quick, before we move on from NBA free agency, which is what we were just getting into as you listen to ISD here on 101.5 WLCB, a point I want to make is that I love the fact that there are duos back now in the NBA. I'm actually really excited for the season. I haven't been this excited for a season in a very long time.
Same, yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It kind of looks like the talent's a little bit spread out more evenly this time. It's not going to be the same two teams every single year. I don't even know if the Warriors are going to be in it. And they'll probably make the playoffs.
Yeah, make the playoffs.
I don't know if they're gonna. I wonder how. I mean, Steph's gonna have to do his thing.
Steph's gonna
have to come back.
Yeah.
Which he might though, because I mean, he didn't really have to put in that much work.
Yeah.
This season because he had KD and Clay, and not obviously he doesn't have KD or Clay at this point right now.
The main key though is that he doesn't have Iggy though. That's true. My thing. They don't have Iggy, who served as that off the ball handler. Defender, the glue guy who did a little bit of everything. Shoot, pass, dribble, defend. He did it all. And when those guys are gone, the team feels that difference. Because they do the little things that nobody really remembers until you're actually out there. And it's gone, actually.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think you should focus more on getting great role players than just trying to get superstar. Granted, I mean, Iggy was a star when he was, in Philadelphia.
He was an all-star, yeah.
But his role on the Warriors was different, but he just played his role, and that's what you should be looking for instead of just trying to get as many stars as possible, because, I mean, there's been so many examples of that not working.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they keep trying to do that. But, yeah, I mean, it's the duo era starting up again. You know, I feel like that's kind of how it was back in the day, '90s and 2000s, early 2000s, and then in like the 10s kind of got a little crazy with all these super teams.
Yeah.
But now it's getting back to it, and I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully, it's gonna be pretty exciting.
Yeah. So notable duos right now in the NBA: Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on the Clippers. AD and LeBron, KD, Kyrie, Steph Curry, Clay, even though he's hurt, so Steph Curry, D'Angelo Russell, James Harden, Chris Paul, Embiid and Simmons, the Greek freak and Chris Middleton. They play well together. I don't count Chris Middleton as like a star, but he did his thing. They played well together.
Right.
Dame and CJ, which is actually my favorite. Kemba Walker and Jason Tatum, Jokic and Murray, and KP and Doncic. That is going to be so good when KP comes back. I think he's back this year because he missed all last year with the torn ACL.
And Levine and Marketing.
Yes. Yes, 100%. They're not ready for a chip right now, but those who are going to
give them time. Give them time. It's a young team, man.
Yeah.
The whole team is like stupid young.
Definitely. But I mean, now's the time for them to grow. Now's the time for them to put the work in, play hard. I know there's some issues when Boylan came in, and they were like, what exactly are we going to do? We don't really mess with this guy.
No, it was just he had to get his own way of coaching in there, you know. It was hard work that he's all about, you know. They're just completely different coaches, him and Fred Hoiberg, so I'm kind of happy. At first it was like, nobody likes him and all this stuff. But now he's got players defending him. I think he visited Lauri Markkanen over in Finland. And so he's creating relationships, and he's like, the players like him now. I mean, it was just a little rocky at the initial time, you know.
As it always is. So, all right, guys. Now since we're on the NBA, we're gonna move off of it in 1 second. Last piece of thought. How do you feel about shortening the NBA season?
I don't know. Do you think it should? I don't think it should.
I definitely think it should be shortened.
I like the length of it.
82 games. I feel like you don't have to play 82 games.
You don't have to. No, you don't have to.
But I understand you still need to generate revenue. These teams still need to play, figure themselves out for the playoffs. I'm gonna say 68, and I was bouncing between 60 and 68. The reason why
how did you get that?
And this I say 60, 30 before the All-Star break, 30 after the All-Star break. With like maybe a week again in the All-Star break to have like a little 3-on-3 tournament between the players, which would be super dope. That'd be nice.
Cool.
But I'm like, that's 22 games off the schedule. Usually NBA season going as a game every night, if not every other night. 60 games, that's a lot of basketball to be missing. That's a lot of money missed. So then I went 68. That's 34 games pre-All-Star break, after All-Star break. Maybe All-Star break could be longer. I like it because you're resting your players.
I don't think All-Star break should be longer.
I do. It's only a weekend.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Like,
have a 3-on-3 tournament.
All-Star week.
I don't know. It gotta be a week. Maybe just give a week of the players off.
Maybe, I don't know. But I get what you're saying, but I don't think it should be longer. I mean, it's already kind of like boring as it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what other events are you gonna put in there to make it exciting?
The thing I
definitely think they should like switch it up a little bit for sure. You know, because everything else is right now is kind of repetitive. Like, the All-Star game sucks. Trash.
Yeah, it is. They made was it this year or the year before that?
Didn't like the winning teams like get home court advantage or whatever
in the finals?
Yeah, and then like draft players. So that's cool.
That's why Toronto got home court advantage.
Yeah, so that's nice that they like are switching that up. But I just wish players like actually play basketball, you know, and not just throw alley-oops from half court.
Yeah.
But and then the dunk contests. I don't know, like, how many more dunks can we see? Like, how much more creative can you get with the dunks? You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like that those events are a little bit kind of boring. So I don't know what they would do to elongate it and still make people interested in watching that. But if it's doable, then I'm sure they'll figure it out. But I don't know. I think the length is good. Like, I like watching I like basketball, so I like watching it.
Right.
You know, I guess from a player standpoint, it wouldn't be as hard on their bodies. You know, but then there's also plenty of other sports that play. Like, I think baseball has like 182 games.
162.
162, yeah. 182 sounds really high. 162. You know, I'm pretty sure hockey plays a lot of games too. There's a lot, and then you got football who plays like 16.
So but then I think the less physically demanding, the more you play. Baseball,
hockey's physically demanding.
You know, yeah, that's
like
point.
It's more demanding than basketball for sure.
100%. Yeah. Okay, never mind.
It's like football on ice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, I think by shortening the NBA season, you make your players healthier. You allow them to get more rest. Because the less you play, the less likely you are to get injured.
Right.
You know, the players' careers are going to last longer. Performances are going to be better, even come playoff time. So, I don't think it's a bad idea. The NBA makes billions of dollars every year. Billions. Like, they're making money right now, even though they're not even hooping right now. I think they can afford to cut off 14 games off the season.
They could, yeah, easily they could afford it.
Because think about it, their biggest money makers are stars: Bron's, KD's, and Steph. What if Bron, KD, and Steph could play a few years longer? If you want to look at it from a revenue standpoint, I hate to make it seem like
makes sense. But then
numbers arbitrarily.
But then you can say the same thing about what if Michael and Kobe could have played longer? You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna be stars. They're gonna be stars.
Right.
There's stars, up and coming stars right now. Like they're gonna get replaced. I mean, Zion's almost pretty much taking LeBron's place in media world now. I'm not saying he is, but in the media, like it's all about Zion now. You know, so once he retires, you know, and then you got AD still, and you got KD and all that stuff. But I don't know. I mean, I forgot who was saying this, but they were someone was saying like in the playoffs everyone's tired. You know, it's not like you don't just rest your team so you can be super fresh for the playoffs. Everybody's tired. That's why they're the playoffs. You know, that's why the best team wins. You know, so it's a battle. You can't just rest your superstars. And another thing is, people want to see these superstars play. So why I don't want to see these superstars resting. You know, like, and I get it. You know, especially if you have an injury, you want to like load manage. I understand. I'm not necessarily mad at them for doing that. But imagine if you paid good money to go to a game to see two superstars face each other and both of them sit out. You know, that you'd be pissed.
But at the same time, if you only have 68 games, you minimize that of happening. The reason why that's happening because there are 82 of them.
I still think they probably still sit.
Maybe towards the playoff time, which makes sense. This playoff time, you're going to rest your key rotation players. But, you know, in the middle of the season where they're doing load management, if you only have 68 games, you don't have to do that, which still gives you more bang for your buck and more fan satisfaction.
Yeah, but then, I don't know. I like the 82 games. I don't think it's, like, long or anything at all.
I think it's crazy.
I'd like more games. I'd like to see more. Obviously, I don't think they should do that, but, like, there's plenty of other more intense sports that play longer games, more games, you know, so I'm sure basketball, you like,
why not?
Do the same thing.
I feel
but why not? I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, why not shorten every season then?
Why not?
Because that's not what the fans want to see. That's not what the fans want to see. It's about money at the end of the day.
I feel
it's business.
You don't have to make it too short, though. Sometimes you don't want it too short, which is why I said 60. I'm like, that's a lot of games missing. Because right now, 82 games by 30 teams is 2,460 games. Right? Now, if I do the math, 68 games times that by 30 teams is 2,040. So it's a couple hundred less, but that's still over 2,000 games that we're getting, not even including playoffs. Some people don't even watch until playoffs come anyway. The middle of
some people.
Yeah, some people, not like us. But, I mean, the middle of the season's drag anyway. Why not just make that 68 games? Having players be healthier, man. I like it. I enjoy it. I like it. So,
but also, you got to think about, you know, everyone talks about, you know, shooting ability and defensive ability and all this and that. Some players are just a little bit more durable than other players. That's a whole other factor, factoring into, you know, why to pick a player, play a player, you know, like, you know, I like the 82 games, you know, because it just shows, I just like it, you know, but I get what you're saying 100%, you know, shorten it, rest your players more, they're healthier, make more money, I guess, and possibly in the long run, maybe, I don't know, but I think 82 is perfect. But yeah, I can understand some people, it drags a little bit, but that's every single season. Baseball drags, you know, there's still 162 games they gotta play.
Yeah. Alright, what next to talk about?
When do we forgive others for their mistakes?
Interesting.
I think it depends.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I mean, I guess it depends on what they did. You know, but honestly, at the end of the day, for me, what else do you have to do other than forgive people? You know, when things happen, because whatever happened has happened already. So you can say and be upset about it and hold a grudge, and that would just bring you as a whole down. You know, or you can just forgive them and move on. You know, you don't have to be best friends with them afterward, but you can be like, it's cool, and move on, because the more you just let that just dwell in that negative space, like your whole everything is just gonna get worse and worse and worse for you. You know, but the faster you can move on and start doing things better for you, like your whole world will change. So I mean, I guess as fast as possible for me. Like I'll just forgive you, like it's no problem. And again, you don't got to be best friends afterward.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not gonna allow myself to get brought down by something you did. You know.
Like you said, I think it all depends on what it is, what's done. You know, is it done to me? Is it done to others? Because I'm a person of integrity, and you know, if I see something done, even though it may not be done to me, it can have nothing to do with me. But I see something that you do, that might make me want to stop messing with you too. And you know, severity of it, how does it affect others? Where is something where you like drunk when you did it? It's like a lot of things factor into it. You know, if it's something minor, like for them, like we look at little kids. Little kids are kids. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we're very forgiving towards kids. They're kids. They're supposed to do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
But there's some point in time when you get older and you're like, yo, why are you still doing that? You're 50 years old. You've been to jail 3 times for selling drugs, and now you're selling drugs and you want to tell me sorry, bro? I don't care anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't
You know
dwell
what I'm
on
saying?
it. Like,
Yeah.
especially if it doesn't involve you. I mean, like, that sucks what that person's doing, but don't allow yourself to, you know, get so angry and then that all that negativity, because it's a cycle, bro. The more negative thoughts that you think, the more negative things happen to you.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to try your hardest to be as positive as possible. See the silver lining and whatever you can see.
Yeah.
You know, especially when things happen like that, and especially when it's done to you. You know, it's easier to see something wrong that I disagree with that. You know, and then move on because it's not affecting you personally. But once it's affecting you personally, that's when you really have to kind of dig down deep and forgive somebody.
Yeah.
You know, so you can move on for yourself. You're not forgiving them for them. You're forgiving them for you. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter at the end of the day whether you forgive them or not. You know, because like I said, you don't have to be friends with them after that.
Right.
You don't have to start texting the next day like, hey, you guys want to hang out? No. You be like, it's cool, no worries, and move on and become positive and do better for you. You know, so that's what I always try to do. So I mean, forgiving, I do it. You know, but it's not always a means of ending everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. I just, like I said, there's a tolerance, but people always say you forgive, but you can't forget. Some stuff you always like, you forgive somebody, but you never forget. I'll never forget.
Exactly.
You know, if I had you over my house and you stole $5 out of my wallet, I may not have said anything to you, but I know that you did it.
Right.
I'll never forget certain things that will happen. I may forgive for it and move on, but I'll never forget. And that's my thing. Like, you have a history of said thing. If you get caught up doing something once, it's like, all right, man. Like, hope you learn your lesson, move on from it. But if you're a repeat offender of whatever it may be, and I really don't sit well with my soul, especially if it affects me, man, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not expecting people to forget once they forgive, you know, because you're gonna remember it. You should remember it, you know, so you can make the smarter decision next time, you know. But yeah, I mean, my whole thing is just making sure that you're putting yourself in the best spot possible for your life to unfold how you want it to, you know, and allowing other people to bring you down and to affect your consciousness and your mood, because you have control over all that. You know, you have control over whether what I say to you makes you upset. You know, and you allow yourself to get mad. But if you don't allow yourself to get to that point in your head, then you'll be straight, and it'll be easily be like, no worries, bro, like you're good. But you're gonna remember that, and you're gonna move on. You know, and so that's what I try to do. Is I don't let other people control me and my moods. You know, I don't let anybody control what I can control myself. You feel me? So that's what I always try to do when it comes to situations like that. Even if it is tough to forgive them, you know. But that's what sometimes you have to do that, because if you don't and you hold on to that, it's gonna bring everything down. It's a cycle. It really is a cycle.
The mind is a very powerful thing. People don't really understand that, how you can often materialize thoughts in your mind, and you know, you say, oh, I would fight this person, I'll fight him if I could, I'll fight him if I could. The next thing you know, you're fighting them. It's something ridiculously stupid like that.
Yeah, it's all about manifestation, man. Like, you gotta speak it into existence. And that's so real, you know. People don't think that, but it's so real, speaking it into existence, you know. And that's what I'm saying when it comes to this. Your mindset determines where your life's gonna be going.
Yeah.
You feel me? If you think you're the victim, you play the victim, you're going to be the victim. You're going to be in a victim's role. You feel me? But if you think you're going to be successful, do what successful people do, you're going to be successful, whatever that means to you. So success is different to everybody, you know. But the mind is so powerful. I mean, and we don't even know everything about the mind. Like, I don't think we ever will.
Nah.
You know, because
probably not.
It's just nuts. It's so confusing. But like, I don't know, man. The mind. I can't even talk about it. I don't even know where to start.
There's a saying, when I was in paramedic school, there's a saying that the more you know about the brain, the less you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So, but back to what we were saying, again, I think it's a threshold for everybody. See, the positive mindset helps, but the key, and at least I can speak for myself personally, is consistency. Consistently keeping that.
Remember, mindset.
Yes, remember what got you there. The consistency for it. The thing that drives you to have that positive mindset. Because we all know what to do. I believe there are a lot of people in this planet who know what to do to be successful, be great. Yeah. It's a matter of doing it. So I think there are different kinds of people in this world. there are those who are doers and who don't do anything at all. Deontay Hitchcock, who was a dope rapper who just had a bar on Rent Dreams 3. We keep talking about it.
Yeah, I know.
He had a bar that said, I'm going to misquote it. You know what bar I'm talking about. He said, it's making me so mad. Now I got to pull it up. But essentially what he was saying is that, you know, he's living for the dudes who died off, but not to say that they're actually dead because, you know, they didn't follow their dreams.
Yeah.
There are people who are living their dreams, do what they want to do with their life, and there are those who aren't. Which one are you going to be?
Exactly.
You know, and that's even including positive mindset, whether you want to go take a cooking class, you want to be the president, it's just a matter of you doing it.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what they should be doing. Everyone is asking questions at some point in time, hey, how do I get into this? Or researching online.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has, because if you're truly passionate, you're going to do that. But now it's just a matter of you go and you do it.
Exactly. I heard a saying, I could be butchering it, but luck favors those who do.
Yep.
You know, because we always look at successful people like, oh man, they're so lucky, man. I wish I could be where they're at. But even then, we never see the work that gets put in, the failures that they've had to go through. But the more that you do and the more you act, the more chances of success that you will have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then you can possibly blow up in whatever you're trying to do, whether it's cooking, cleaning, recording, rapping, what doesn't matter. But the more you do and the more you practice, the more you'll be able to have those chances to where you can learn and succeed. But if you never do anything, and you can sit there and wish all day long and think really hard, like, oh man, I want to be super successful. But if you're sitting on the couch every day eating Cheetos, playing games, you're never going to get there.
Right.
Because you're not taking action. You have to take action. Even when it's scary, even when you don't know everything, you have to take action because that's when you learn. You learn more when you're doing it. You can fail, and then you can learn from your failures and come back stronger than never doing anything and just reading books and trying to learn everything and then going into it, you know? So you just got to do it. You just have to do it, no matter what it is, no matter what you want to do. Do it.
Yes, or you will regret it for the rest of your life.
Yes, you will.
And there's nothing worse than regret.
At all.
There's nothing worse than regret.
That's what I've been told, man. I'm still young, but I can't imagine if I was 70 years old regretting something I did when I was like 25, man.
See,
like,
the way I look at it, I mean to cut you off. The way I look at it is, see, I have regrets about certain things, but I'm kind of iffy towards that feeling of regret because. Do I regret it because I didn't do it, or do I regret it because I'm still young and haven't learned from it yet? Or haven't really understood that maybe that was supposed to happen? So I'm holding off on feeling regretful about certain things.
Well, I think right now we're at the age where it's not necessarily regretting things and like being upset about it. I mean, maybe like, oh, I should have tried harder in school. That's one thing.
Yeah.
You know, but I think we're at the right age where we can look at our regrets and learn from them and still use what we've learned to help our future.
100%.
You know, it'd be different if we were like I said, we were mad old and we regretted something we didn't do when we were really, really young. We're probably never gonna get that chance again to do it. But because we're still young, you know, if we take the time to learn from our mistakes and things we haven't done, and we can apply them to our life in the future, we still have that time. So I think it's just more a matter of, are you learning from those mistakes and the things that you regret, or are you just regretting them and being upset that you didn't do it?
Yeah.
You know?
100%. The line I was referring to by Deontay Hitchcock, he says, a lot of dead brothers living through me, shawty, but not in the literal. More so dead because they ain't followed their dream.
Yeah. Like that.
Bar.
That's a bar. That is a bar.
Bar. But it makes a lot of sense. Because like I said, can you imagine, like, let's use us for example. You know, 20 years from now, we look back. We're like, man, we could have did that radio show. We could have went to that event. We could have went to that concert. We could have networked such and such. We could have this. We could have did that.
Yeah, we could have, but we didn't.
Right.
You know, because of what? What was holding us back?
Yeah, and I always have this vision, right? Literally, right? Say there's I think of like a projection. You know, it's like really it was a movie idea. Now somebody might steal my stuff. Like you're going and you're walking through life, and like you're about to make a big decision.
Right.
And you stop and it pauses, and it has two pathways like a fork in the road.
Right.
And you little projection, like 3D projections of you making that decision and not making that decision. But
like what your life would be like if you walk down each road.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
That'd be amazing.
I mean, that'd be awesome because then you would know what's gonna happen before you take that path.
Patent pending, bums.
But I mean, that's ideal.
Yeah.
It's super ideal.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just really crazy to think about. Like, man, and say you die, you're looking back at like, yo, had I made that radio show, then I could have done such and such. It'd been on iHeartMedia, or had I not done it, then I'd be working at my job and on my career for the rest of my life. And I just like, What?
Yeah, man. I mean,
it's crazy.
Even the smallest decisions can have a huge impact on your life. That's why if you want to do something, you got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't wait. If you have the opportunity, if an opportunity presents itself, even if you think you aren't ready for it, do it. You know, because you never know. You never know if you are ready. You know, and a lot of the times, like, when's the last time you tried something for the first time?
It was recently. I tried something for the first time.
You know, or like how many times do you talk yourself out of doing something that you really want to do because you're saying that you can't do it? You know, you're your own block. You're your wall. No one else is saying you can't do that.
Right.
It's you in your head saying, I don't know, I can't do what they're doing. I can't do that. I can never be that good. You know, but they weren't born like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone works to get to a certain point, but everyone starts at a certain point as well. You have to start to get to anywhere. You know, if you just think you're never good enough for anything at all, then you're never going to get anywhere in life, and you're going to be really, really depressed. It happens, man. It happens all the time. I see it all the time. It sucks, you know?
100%. Man, I don't know how we got off topic about talking about forgiving people for their mistakes, and now we're talking about chasing dreams, but that's what it is like here at ISD. You know, we start off one topic and then we end up talking about a million different things. But our goal here, our main primary thing is, when we're just chasing our dreams, we want to appreciate you guys for coming along. Even if it's just two of you guys. What next to talk about?
When do we forgive others for their mistakes?
Interesting.
I think it depends.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I mean, I guess it depends on what they did. You know, but it, honestly, at the end of the day, for me, what else do you have to do other than forgive people? You know, when things happen, because whatever happened has happened already. So you can say and be upset about it and hold a grudge, and that would just bring you as a whole down. You know, or you can just forgive them and move on. You know, you don't have to be best friends with them afterward, but you can be like, it's cool, and move on. Because the more you just let that just dwell in that negative space, like your whole everything is just gonna get worse and worse and worse for you. You know, but the faster you can move on and start doing things better for you, like, your whole world will change. So I mean, I guess as fast as possible for me. Like, I'll just forgive you. Like, it's no problem. And again, you don't gotta be best friends afterward.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not gonna allow myself to get brought down by something that you did. You know.
Like you said, I think it all depends on what it is, what's done. You know, is it done to me? Is it done to others? Because I'm a person of integrity, and you know, if I see something done, even though it may not be done to me, it can have nothing to do with me. But I see something that you do, that might make me want to stop messing with you too. And you know, severity of it, how does it affect others? Where is something where you like drunk when you did it? It's like a lot of things factor into it. You know, if it's something minor, like for them, like we look at little kids. Little kids are kids. You know, we're very forgiving towards kids. They're kids. They're supposed to do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
But there's some point in time where you get older and you're like, yo, why are you still doing that? You're 50 years old. You've been to jail 3 times selling drugs, and now you're selling drugs and you want to tell me sorry, bro? I don't care anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't dwell on it. Like, especially if it doesn't involve you. I mean, like, that sucks what that person's doing, but don't allow yourself to, you know, get so angry and that all that negativity, because it's a cycle, bro. The more negative thoughts that you think, the more negative things happen to you.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to try your hardest to be as positive as possible. See the silver lining and whatever you can see.
Yeah.
You know, especially when things happen like that, and especially when it's done to you. You know, it's easier to see something wrong that I disagree with that. You know, and then move on because it's not affecting you personally. But once it's affecting you personally, that's when you really have to kind of dig down deep and forgive somebody.
Yeah.
You know, so you can move on for yourself. You're not forgiving them for them. You're forgiving them for you. If that makes sense. You know, it doesn't matter at the end of the day whether you forgive them or not. You know, because like I said, you don't have to be friends with them after that.
Right.
You don't have to start texting the next day like, hey, you guys want to hang out? No. You be like, it's cool, no worries, and move on and become positive and do better for you. You know, so that's what I always try to do. So I mean, forgiving, I do it. You know, but it's not always a means of ending everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a tolerance, but people always say you forgive, but you can't forget. Some stuff you always like, you forgive somebody, but you never forget. I'll never forget, you know, if I had you over my house and you stole $5 out of my wallet. I may not have said anything to you, but I know that you did it.
Right.
I'll never forget certain things that will happen. I may forgive for it and move on, but I'll never forget. And that's my thing. Like, you have a history of said thing. If you get caught up doing something once, it's like, all right, man, like, hope you learn your lesson, move on from it. But if you're a repeat offender of whatever it may be, and I really don't sit well with my soul, especially if it affects me, man, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting people to forget once they forgive, because you're gonna remember it. You should remember it, so you can make it the smarter decision next time, But yeah, I mean, my whole thing is just making sure that you're putting yourself in the best spot possible for your life to unfold how you want it to, and allowing other people to bring you down and to affect your consciousness and your mood, because you have control over all that. You have control over whether what I say to you makes you upset, and you allow yourself to get mad. But if you don't allow yourself to get to that point in your head, then you'll be straight, and it'll be easily be like, no worries, bro, like, you're good. But you're gonna remember that, and you're gonna move on, And so that's what I try to do. Is I don't let other people control me and my moods. I don't let anybody control what I can control myself. You feel me? So that's what I always try to do when it comes to situations like that. Even if it is tough to forgive them, But that's what sometimes you have to do that, because if you don't and you hold on to that, it's gonna bring everything down. It's just it's a cycle. It really is a cycle.
The mind is a very powerful thing. People don't really, really, really understand that. How you can often materialize thoughts in your mind, and you say, "Oh, I would fight this person. I'll fight them if I could. I'll fight them if I could." The next thing you know, you're fighting them. It's something ridiculously stupid like that.
Yeah, it's all about manifestation, man. Like, you gotta speak it. You gotta speak it into existence, and that's so real. People don't think that, but it's so real. Speaking it into existence, and that's what I'm saying when it comes to this. Your mindset determines where your life's gonna be going.
Yeah.
You feel me? If you think you're the victim, you play the victim, you're going to be the victim. You're going to be in a victim's role. You feel me? But if you think you're going to be successful, do what successful people do, you're going to be successful, whatever that means to you. So success is different to everybody, But the mind is so powerful. I mean, and we don't even know everything about the mind. Like, I don't think we ever will.
Nah.
Because
probably not.
It's just nuts. It's so confusing. But like, I don't know, man. The mind, I can't even talk about it. I don't even know where to start.
There's a saying, when I was in paramedic school, there's a saying that the more you know about the brain, the less you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So, but back to what we were saying, again, I think it's a threshold for everybody. See, the positive mindset helps, but the key, and at least I can speak for myself personally, is consistency. Consistently keeping that. Remember,
mindset.
Yes, remember what got you there. The consistency for it. The thing that drives you to have that positive mindset. Because we all know what to do. I believe there are a lot of people in this planet who know what to do to be successful and be great. Yeah. It's a matter of doing it. So I think there are different kinds of people in this world. There are those who are doers and who don't do anything at all. Deontay Hitchcock, who was a dope rapper who just had a bar on Renton Dream Street. We keep talking about it.
Yeah, I know.
He had a bar that said, I'm going to misquote it. You know what bar I'm talking about. He said, it's making me so mad. Now I got to pull it up. But essentially what he was saying is that, he's living for the dudes who died off. But not to say that they're actually dead, because, they didn't follow their dreams.
Yeah.
There are people who are living their dreams, do what they want to do with their life, and there are those who aren't. Which one are you going to be?
Exactly.
And that's even including positive mindset, whether you want to go take a cooking class, you want to be the president, it's just a matter of you doing it. Yeah. Everyone knows what they should be doing. Everyone is asking questions at some point in time, how do I get into this? Or researching online. Mm-hmm. Everyone has, because if you're truly passionate, you're going to do that. But now it's just a matter of you go and you do it.
Exactly. I heard a saying, I could be butchering it, but luck favors those who do. Yep. Because we always look at successful people like, oh man, they're so lucky, man. I wish I could be where they're at. But even then, we never see the work that gets put in, the failures that they've had to go through. But the more that you do and the more you act, the more chances of success that you will have. Mm-hmm. And then you can possibly blow up in whatever you're trying to do, whether it's cooking, cleaning, recording, rapping, what doesn't matter. But the more you do and the more you practice, the more you'll be able to have those chances to where you can learn and succeed. But if you never do anything, and you can sit there and wish all day long and think really hard, like, oh man, I want to be super successful. But if you're sitting on the couch every day eating Cheetos, playing games, you're never going to get there. Because you're not taking action. You have to take action. Even when it's scary, even when you don't know everything, you have to take action, because that's when you learn. You learn more when you're doing it. You can fail, and then you can learn from your failures and come back stronger than never doing anything and just reading books and trying to learn everything and then going into it, Mm-hmm. So you just got to do it. You just have to do it, no matter what it is, no matter what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
Yes. Or you will regret it for the rest of your life.
Yes, you will.
And there's nothing worse than regret.
At all.
There's nothing worse than regret.
That's what I've been told, man. I'm still young, but I can't imagine if I was 70 years old regretting something I did when I was 25, man.
See,
like,
the way I look at it, I mean to cut you off.
No,
the way I look at it is, see, I have regrets about certain things, but I'm kind of iffy towards that feeling of regret, because do I regret it because I didn't do it, or do I regret it because I'm still young and haven't learned from it yet, or haven't really understood that maybe that was supposed to happen. So I'm holding off on feeling regretful about certain things.
Well, I think right now we're at the age where it's not necessarily regretting things and like being upset about it. I mean, maybe like, oh, I should have tried harder in school. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But I think we're at the right age where we can look at our regrets and learn from them and still use what we learned to help our future.
100%.
It'd be different if we were like I said, we were mad old and we regretted something we didn't do when we were really, really young. We're probably never gonna get that chance again to do it. But because we're still young, if we take the time to learn from our mistakes and things we haven't done, and we can apply them to our life in the future, we still have that time. So I think it's just more a matter of, are you learning from those mistakes and the things that you regret, or are you just regretting them and being upset that you didn't do it?
Yeah. 100%. The line I was referring to by Deontay Hitchcock, he says, "A lot of dead brothers living through me, shawty, but not in the literal. More so dead because they ain't followed their dream."
Yeah. Like that.
Bar.
That's a bar. Ooh. That is a bar.
Bar. But it makes a lot of sense. Because like I said, can you imagine, like, let's use us for example. 20 years from now we look back. I'm like, man, we could have did that radio show. We could have went to that event. We could have went to that concert. We could have networked such and such. We could have this. We could have did that.
Yeah, we could have, but we didn't.
Right.
Because of what? What was holding us back?
Yeah, and I always have this vision, right? Literally, right? Say there's I think of like a projection.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really it was a movie idea. Now somebody might steal my stuff. Like you're going and you're walking through life, and like you're about to make a big decision.
Right.
And you stop and it pauses, and it has two pathways like a fork in the road.
Right. And
you little projections, like 3D projections of you making that decision and not making that decision. But
like what your life would be like if you walked down each road.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
That'd be amazing.
I mean, that'd be awesome because then you would know what's gonna happen before you take that path.
Patent pending, bums.
But I mean, that's ideal.
Yeah.
It's super ideal.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just really crazy to think about, like, man. And say you die, you're looking back at like, yo, had I made that radio show, then I could have done such and such. It'd been on iHeartMedia, or had I not done it, then I'd be working at my job and my career for the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. And I just like, what?
Yeah, man. I mean,
it's crazy.
Even the smallest decisions can have a huge impact on your life. That's why if you want to do something, you got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wait. If you have the opportunity, if an opportunity presents itself, even if you think you aren't ready for it, do it. Because you never know. You never know if you are ready. And a lot of the times, like, when's the last time you tried something for the first time?
It was recently. I tried something for the first time.
Or like how many times do you talk yourself out of doing something that you really want to do because you're saying that you can't do it? You're your own block. You're your wall. No one else is saying you can't do that.
Right.
It's you in your head saying, I don't know, I can't do what they're doing. I can't do that. I can never be that good. But they weren't born like that. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone works to get to a certain point, but everyone starts at a certain point as well. You have to start to get to anywhere. If you just think you're never good enough for anything at all, then you're never going to get anywhere in life, and you're going to be really, really depressed. It happens, man. It happens all the time. I see it all the time. It sucks,
100%. Man, I don't know how we got off topic about talking about forgiving people for their mistakes, and now we're talking about chasing dreams. But that's what it is like here at ISD. We start off one topic and then we end up talking about a million different things. But our goal here, our main primary thing is, when we're just chasing our dreams, we want to appreciate you guys for coming along. Even if it's just two of you guys listening right now, which is perfectly fine because I might not even know you guys. Shout out to you too. One of the people watch us on YouTube in a few days.
Yeah.
We do appreciate you guys. So, but man, again, mistakes, I think it all depends. But chase your dreams. The one thing we want you guys to take away from that conversation is chase your dreams. Do what you want. Check off all your boxes in life. I've been telling my friend that for a while now, for a few weeks. because she's being very scared about a lot of different things. I keep trying to tell her that she needs to go and do it. But all right, guys, I love that song. People, some people don't really like Daniel Caesar. I'm not gonna say their names, but that album's fire, 100%. And it's not Freudian to me, but it's amazing. So next thing we guys got up. Now, if you don't know how the music industry works, there's these things called masters. Masters are the original copies of the song. Think of it like the original recipe for a dish. Scooter Braun bought all of Taylor Swift's masters, meaning that he has all the legal rights to any profits that come off her songs. Essentially, it was pretty much having a nutshell. Now, the deal that she signed, in a sense, set her up for that. But my thing is, regardless of what it's set up for, I don't like the fact that someone else can own all of your work. I don't mess with that at all.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair.
That's so messed up to me. Like, literally years and years and years of songwriting, making beats, this ridiculously hard work, and all of a sudden someone can just buy it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that works. So, like, I don't want to speak too much on it.
Right.
I don't know how that is. And you said that the way her contract was set up, that's
I believe
that's
so, yeah. It's just crazy to me how I can sit here, do all these years of hard work, put in everything I can, and all of a sudden there's just someone to just, oh, hey, like, we're going to buy all your music.
Yeah, right.
And it's crazy how you have to actually buy back your masters. R.I.P. Nipsey bought his masters. Cole bought his masters. 21 Savage has his masters. But you have to go buy them.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Why'd I have to buy my stuff?
I don't know, man.
That's ridiculous to me.
I don't know.
It makes no sense.
I mean, there's probably an explanation for it, but like I said, like I just don't know enough to really speak on it and give my a good opinion on it. I don't think it should happen, but maybe it's because of the other people involved, or like the company, like advertising. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but yeah, I think it's kind of bogus. Like if you put in all this work and then someone's just like, yeah, I'm gonna profit off of what you're doing. You're like, what?
Yeah, it is. No, it's definitely something I want to go to court for. I hope she gets her masters back. I never really listened to her like that.
I don't.
I know 1989 is fire though. That was 2 or 3 albums ago. That had all the bangers on it. That album was absolutely fire, 100%. So, next thing we got big news here in Illinois: weed legalization.
Yeah.
About time, for one.
Yeah, for real.
Because people have been doing it without legal
for
decades.
Hundreds of years.
So it's
forever.
Just the big thing, obviously is going to generate a lot of revenue for the state.
Mm-hmm.
But the big thing for me is that I want all of the people who are currently incarcerated for petty drug crimes to be pardoned.
Yeah, I think that's happening. I know some places are doing that.
West Coast.
I don't know if they're doing it here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it will happen.
Mm-hmm.
Once it becomes probably federally legalized, I'm sure they will. Because, how are you just going to keep all these people in jail for something that's legal now?
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
It makes no sense.
No.
Especially with Illinois being such a greedy state, I'm surprised it took so long to actually, what if the radio station was like, cuckoo, while the probably after I said that.
Shut up.
Right. But, just knowing how much money the state of Illinois needs, how many schools in Chicago got closed down, and the amount of funding that's missing from all the corrupt politicians, you would just think that this money would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, well, that's why they did it so fast. JB kind of put that in place immediately. He was like, we're pushing this through.
Yeah.
Because, we need money. A lot of it.
100%. Who don't need money?
Yeah.
Well, I take it back. Hope you don't need
no
money.
Yeah,
Some
people don't need money.
I need money, though.
Either way, though. Yeah, I'm glad it is legalized. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure everyone's looking forward to it, honestly. I know a lot of the states around the area are looking forward to it as well because they can now come in here. Because we're like the only state really in the Midwest that's about to legalize it.
Really?
So imagine, I think Michigan has it legalized, but that's like up there, out of the way. So just imagine all the states in the immediate area of Illinois, Wisconsin, Indiana, Missouri, Ohio.
Sure.
Yeah. Where is Ohio? Ohio.
Illinois goes up and down.
It's close to us.
Illinois is up and down. Wisconsin's right up top of the list. Was it Kentucky on the bottom?
I think Kentucky's around here too.
Indiana's to the east. I think Ohio is past
Minnesota.
Indiana. Is that touching our corner?
I don't know.
Let's pull the map up. Let's pull up a map because now it's kind of confusing.
Man.
Now while we get that map going, guys, we have to take a quick break, and from there we will be right back. Thank you guys so much.
Not the same as when I was a kid, I gotta work all the time, but it's pretty nice. I wish it was warmer.
Yeah, this Illinois weather is
It's
something
getting
different.
weird.
Yeah.
It's getting weird. But yeah, it's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
I got no complaints. What about you?
It's going okay so far. Really fast. My birthday's in a month. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, it's going good so far. Opportunities have come. A lot of change. You got a new radio station. Sorry guys, we work in a new radio station. We work in a new radio station. We got I got a new car.
Yeah, what kind of car did you get?
I got a 2008 or 9 Saturn Aura. So here's the story, guys. All right, it's my mom's old car, right? So me chasing a radio career, really just being 20, trying to live a life. I had a 2002 Chevy Trailblazer.
Yeah.
276,471 miles on it as of last night. That car, unfortunately, cannot take me the place a 20-something-year-old needs to go. So I had to get a new one. And with that being said, I could have went out and bought a car. But why would I do that when I had a free car waiting for me in the ranks? So
yeah.
I played the patient game. My mom got a car 2 days ago, actually. 2 days ago, and now I have this Saturn. And honestly, it's really funny, you know, I was really hurt leaving my car. My Trailblazer, bro,
Yeah.
like, that has so many different memories in it, bro. Just,
I guess.
tons
a lot
of
of bad memories.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, but good and bad memories come with everything. So, you know, with that being my first car since high school, I remember I got T-boned in that car. I hit somebody with that car. I remember I hit a car and drove off. I hit 2 cars and drove off.
I don't know if you should admit that on air.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, yeah, a lot of good experiences, a lot of tears, a lot of bad stuff. I was cleaning it out. You're not gonna believe some of the stuff I found.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't think the people want to know either. But it's just really crazy. Like, that car kind of grew up with me. We moved out here in like 2000, 2001, and that's 2002. So to me, that car was like my brother. So now it's just like, don't make that face. That car is like my brother, man. You don't get it, all right, bro? It's an emotional attachment to it. It took me everywhere I need to go. Yeah, sometimes it didn't start. Yeah, sometimes the brakes weren't working right. Yeah, the radio stopped working. Yeah, sometimes the heat didn't work. Yeah, sometimes the blades didn't work. All right? Pretty toxic relationship. But you know what? That's my baby.
Okay.
That's my boy.
Sounds like you're in an abusive relationship. Mentally.
Nah, not even. I mean, there are definitely some days like, man, is my car going to start? But, man, I feel like having an old car is like a badge of honor. Yeah.
A nice old car.
Nice.
Probably not rust covered, you know, can't even start sometimes. But a nice old car, yeah, 100%.
But sometimes that beater is like a badge of honor. I wouldn't even call my baby a beater. Now it's a beater. But before, I thought it was a great nicer car. Because wasn't nothing really wrong with it until I got it. Which isn't my fault.
Yeah, no, it's not your fault.
Yeah, but this is an older car. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just memories, man. I started tearing up. You know when you're...
Yeah, when I eventually get rid of my car, I don't know if I'll cry over it, but
boy,
I guess I'll miss it. I don't know. Probably not.
I miss my first car.
I'm not gonna miss my car.
I miss it already, bro. I mean, if I could... Now I understand why you see certain families, they have households, they have like 4 cars, but like 2 people live there. I'm like, why is the extra car? That makes no sense. You gotta, hang on to it. Like, if I can hang on to my car, I would.
No. There's no way they just hang on cars they don't want to get rid of it. Why would you hang on to a car that does nothing for you just to look at it? Oh man, memories. Take a picture of it. Put it on your wall.
I took like 40 pictures.
Alright, you're good then. You can look at it and reminisce. But, keep it on you.
I was just keeping my garage. I wouldn't even drive it. It's
that'd be a waste of space. Why are you keeping that rusty car in the garage when you have a new car to put in the garage?
Who said to be in the garage?
You did. You just said it was.
I said in the garage?
Yes.
Dang, my bad. Okay. Well, man, I keep it there because I want to keep it.
Alright.
That's what that'll be. That's my baby. That's my, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just look at it.
Just look at it. Maybe go get on the hood, act like I'm doing something. Maybe need an oil change. Yeah, I got you.
They won't even start to get the oil change. But I understand, I guess.
Yeah, man, it's a memento thing. Like, how did you feel when you moved out of your house for the first time?
When I moved out of my house?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it would have been nice to be living in a house instead of an apartment. So I guess I missed the space, but yeah. I mean, that's about it though, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, it's not the same though. You don't live in a car.
No, you don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you live in a house though. Those are 2 completely different things.
But the memories is what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. I get it. I do. I've had cars before.
Yes. Sometimes I've slept in that car. So that was dumb. I ain't gonna lie. Did I ever tell you that?
Yeah, you told me.
How I was like, be home by 2, but then I sit in the
Yeah.
driveway. Yeah, super stupid. Super duper dumb. Like, ridiculously dumb. But, I mean, you know, one thing I've learned from the situation, though, is learn how to let go. Understanding that car was just a phase of my life. And that certain things you have to let go and have forgiveness for. What? What you got to say?
I mean, you're just talking like it's like a relationship. Like you broke up with your girl.
You don't get it, alright?
Clearly I don't.
You don't get it. That
I
first
clearly
car means
don't
everything.
understand, man.
You don't understand. Bro.
Clearly I don't, man. Because you are just talking way too sweet about this car right now.
It's done a lot of things for me, man. What can I say? What can I say? But moving on, man. Did you ever watch Making the Band?
On in passing, like if I was like scrolling through channels, why?
Apparently Diddy's talking about bringing it back. And I don't think they really have shows like that anymore. Like those competition.
Did any of them ever like make good music?
I have no
Like other than like, oh, we got the band, let's drop the one album,
Right.
and now like what comes after that? Like I guess if it was like good music being made, cool, but like there's no point in watching it for me. Like if I don't know, I know what you're talking about, and
Mm-hmm.
I know those shows. You know, trying to put a band together, finding the next big singer.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like what was it? What different singing shows are there?
Not
American
that
Idol,
Oh,
The Voice,
wow.
all those. Like how many of the winners do you hear from?
Mm-hmm.
You know, other than what, Kelly Clarkson, and that's it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
and those are the same type of things. Like you don't hear from those singers after the shows are done, for the most part.
Mhm.
Sometimes you do, but for the most part, I feel like they just kind of like fade away.
Yeah, 100%. Next thing, I saw Spider-Man
I have.
this past weekend. It's a really good movie.
I hear it's really good. Yeah.
It is pretty good. Part of me felt that the plot was rushed, but overall, it was a pretty positive look back for me. It's good to see how Marvel's going to continue on with this saga and see what they're going to do. Because Spider-Man's supposed to be it. Like, he's
Yeah,
supposed
no,
to be their new
Spider-Man's
Iron
gonna be
Man.
the next guy,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool. Isn't it weird how there's been like 3 different Spider-Mans? Like
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire, Tom
Tom Holland,
Holland,
and Andrew
then-
Garfield.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
So
what happened with was Andrew Garfield not a good Spider-Man?
I don't remember the contract stuff. You know,
It's
this,
like
I thought he was pretty good. I thought Andrew Garfield was good. You know, I mean, Tom Holland's a really good Spider-Man.
he's a good Spider-Man too. I mean,
Because he's a goofy, funny
Yeah.
kid. He's actually a teenager. You know, what Tobey Maguire did was pretty dope too, but then I even forgot that Tobey Maguire was still a teenager come Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3. He took on such a darker role. You know? Like, he took on, you know... Well, and to your credit, it is weird to see the same story happen, like, 2-3 times in a row. Characters
I feel like they could have just used Andrew Garfield. But I don't know why they went to Tom Holland. Like I like him, don't get me wrong. Like, I like the Spider-Mans. Like they're cool, but I was just curious, like you don't see this different Iron Mans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see like different Batmans, that's even weird too, you know?
Yeah. It's but the character longevity is what really makes it great. Like, had Tony Stark not been Robert Downey Jr. all these years, we wouldn't have missed him as much when he died.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
What I'm saying.
Like we think that Robert Downey. Some people think that Robert Downey Jr. is dead because they get so confused. Like, no, it's only Iron Man. But that's how much we get attached to the character.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I love movies that can do that for me. I feel like I've grown with the Iron Man series. Even when I've seen the first one when I was a kid to I was like 10 years ago, up to like now.
It was 2008.
I was Jesus.
Yeah.
Time goes by that fast.
11 years ago.
That is ridiculous.
I know. I feel old, man.
That's absolutely nuts. But like I said, I'm looking forward to whatever to see what Marvel does. You know, in terms of the next movie series, they're going out of space.
Don't they have like they're going into outer space now. I'm looking forward to the Guardians of the Galaxy with Thor and all that.
As a Guardian of the Galaxy, sir.
As Guardians?
As Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah.
Is that what it is?
That's what's gonna be called. That's what's called in comic books because Thor joins them after all this stuff
that
happens.
makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to that. You know, it's also weird seeing actors play a certain role for so long and then try something different.
Yeah.
You know
I mean, that's acting for you, you know. But I mean, it is weird when you see someone that's been like Robert Downey Jr. his next role, whatever that is, and be like, I remember you were Iron Man for 10 years, you know.
Exactly. can't even play a different role. It's hard to really box yourself. It's hard. It's like you gotta box yourself in now.
I mean, I guess it depends on the quality of actor. I mean, I have no doubt Robert Downey Jr. can play a completely different role. And I mean, he played what, Sherlock Holmes, in the Sherlock Holmes movie.
Yeah, and that was after the first Iron Man.
Right, that was. And I didn't see Iron Man when I watched that. I saw Sherlock Holmes. You know, so I think he can do it. But yeah, some actors are kind of just known for the one role, big role that they've done. You know, can never get out of that. And that sucks, you know, and that has really nothing to do with the quality of actor. I think it's just more so the role or how well they did that role. You know what I'm saying? Like, for, what is his name? Batman? Christian Bale. I'm always going to see him as Batman.
Yep.
You know, granted, I mean, he's done other movies before my time, so maybe, like, older people might see him as something else. But for me, it's always Batman. Always.
All right, next thing we'll talk about with the U.S. Soccer women's team. First off, shout out to them for winning the
World Cup.
Yes.
Congrats.
Big congratulations. Now, I don't know if you've been paying attention, bro, but they've their pay got cut, if I believe correctly, if I'm saying this correctly.
Yeah, I know there's been issues with that for a while now. The women's team not getting paid as much as the men's, and they're actually so much better than the men's. It's not even funny. Yeah, so much better than the men's.
The men was a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were just in the finals for some tournament, the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
They played against Mexico. They only lost. It was 1-0, so I mean, it wasn't like it was blowout or anything like that. But yeah, the men's team, they didn't even make the World Cup last, well, what, 20...
That'd be 2015. It's every 4 years.
No, well, the next one's 2022.
That's 3 years. I thought the World Cup was every...
For men.
For men. Oh, the Olympics every 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, both of them are every 4 years, but, like, there was a Women's World Cup now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you.
And then there's a Men's World Cup. So, but I don't think they're definitely not on the same 4 year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the next one I think is in Qatar, 2022.
I'd love to go to a World Cup.
Not in Qatar.
Why not?
It's horrible. It's stupid hot over there. It's just hot. They use like slave labor to make the stadium. Yeah, they bought their World Cup bid.
Oh my.
Super corrupt.
You can buy it? I thought you had to be chosen. Nope. Even for the Olympics, don't you have to get picked? That's crazy.
Corruption, man. FIFA's mad corrupt, actually.
Really? Tell me about it.
Mad corrupt. I mean, I don't know all the ins and outs, but yeah, you mean like Qatar, you can pay for things. I mean, like any sport, really. I mean, boxing is corrupt.
Oh my God! What?
Soccer, I'm sure there's corrupt. Basketball, corrupt. Football, every sport. There's so much money involved, you know. Like you can pay refs off. I mean, that's happened in the NBA. Refs getting paid off to throw games. Shout out to the Lakers, Kings
series. And that was in what, 2000?
2002.
2002. Because that Kings thing was something serious.
Yeah.
It was a big whip. So, you know, I think that people really underestimate the power of sports. How much it actually like influences people's lives. I mean, obviously, if you
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think people know how much sports impact because sports is such a big part of people's lives. Like,
but see, I'm referring
huge part.
But see, I'm also referring to like me. You understand it, but I mean people like who don't want to maybe put their kids in sports, who want to change it. And they're just like, oh, whatever. It's just this. Oh, it's just that. But it's more than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, like, the majority of people who are doing in sports are not going to become professionals. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids just want to do it just because they enjoy it. Some parents put their kids in it just so they don't get fat. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't even like sports. I know plenty of people that don't watch sports. They just don't like it. You know, so like, it's not big to them. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? But like, I don't think not everyone should just take sports seriously. You know, and make it seem like it's some huge thing because not everyone's into that. But you got the sports fans, of course. Yeah, you're a fan of that. Just like people are a fan of ballet. You know what I'm saying? Like I know you're not the biggest ballet. Like you even watch, but I don't watch ballet.
You can watch ballet.
Yeah. You can watch
ballet. How would you see it?
That's exactly what. Anyway. But like, yeah, I mean, sports it's a huge thing already, but not everyone's a fan of sports. So I don't think it should be. I mean, it's already big. It's already pushed so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just think that if everyone's more involved in sports, I think the world would be a better place.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Why?
I think just because everyone's going to be a lot more active. People are going to be healthier. You know, hopefully everyone learns discipline, because with sports comes discipline. It comes, you teach effort, you teach discipline, you teach so many different things. It really sets people up for the future. Some people are great athletes and we'll never know. And
I don't think it's not the discipline part. Because how many professional athletes are nuts to do stupid stuff? They've been playing sports their whole life.
That's true.
You feel me? Like, it definitely be nice for people to be active and people probably be more fit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but some people just like sports, some people don't like sports. You know, you can't force people to do things, you know.
Yeah, that's just me as a sports head saying that.
That's what I'm saying. Because you like sports, everybody should play sports.
Yeah, pretty much.
Until the person that doesn't like sports is like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I tried to play hockey because you Devon, and I broke my leg, man.
Exactly.
Can you pay me? No, I'm not paying you.
Right. If someone's like, yo, you should do ballet, you'll be like, what? No. But they love it. You know, everyone should do it. It's like, no.
Yeah. So, next thing I want to talk about is technology. I was actually talking to, big shout out if you're still listening to Jelly Santos on Twitter. She's like, bro, I don't know if I told you about her. She's kind of like giving me advice, like it's like past year and change, just on how, like, radio personality stuff on Twitter, how to do it better. She was saying that for me to really succeed on Twitter and grow as that, I gotta start tweeting more. But the thing is about that,
you gotta tweet constantly, bro.
It's just like, I gotta be on Twitter that much.
I know, bro. I honestly,
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. You know, it's gonna test me, but it's just like, bro, like,
I hate it.
I despise it. I love it because I get comedy from Twitter. I got a lot of different stuff, but it's just, I get so tired of it, bro. It sucks you. I'm on Twitter right now. Let me get off this thing before I forget what I'm gonna say. Check my notifications first. See, this is what it does to you. That's what it does to you, bro. Like, it's
scrolling.
Pointlessly.
You'll be up 3 o'clock in the morning. You gotta wake up at 5. You're just scrolling.
Yes.
Watching the same things you've been looking at all day long. Man, social media, man.
It's the devil. It's stupid. Some content is stupid and pointless. And it's just, for example, look at people trying to, like, I don't know if I can say this word on the radio. They've been doing very funny things with cucumbers the past few weeks. And it's just, you haven't seen that?
No.
Oh, wow. Alright, but change topic because I can't say it on the radio.
I mean, I have an idea of what they're doing with cucumbers.
Okay, here's a better one. You know, I'm seeing the people who are going around licking ice cream.
Licking ice cream?
Yes, so people are literally walking into stores, grabbing like whole carts of ice cream, like opening it and licking it and putting it back.
I've heard about that. I didn't see it.
Swear to God. Yo, what? One girl got charged. She should have.
Yeah, no, that's like a felony. You can't just mess with food like that.
Nah, that's big tampering.
I don't even understand that. Like, what is funny about that? Like, I just don't get it at all. Like, why? I don't know, man. Someone was like, "Yo, you trying to go lick some ice cream?" I'm like, no. What? Are you serious right now? For what? What do you get? What benefit do you get? You know?
She going to jail.
She might actually.
Yeah,
like, that's a crime.
No, they found her.
Yeah. She's going to jail.
That's a felony. Oh yeah, she's going to jail. I think I saw something. I don't want to misquote it. Said like 20 years or something like that. I don't know. Maybe. It's. I mean, because they were a lot of people referring it to was the like the. Obviously, this is way different. But remember, they were Tylenol. They were tampering with Tylenol. Oh, you don't remember that, dude? They were tampering. This is years ago, way before our time. What they did was, and I'm gonna pull it up to make sure I get my facts right. The Chicago Tylenol murders were a series of poisonings, death from drug tampering in Chicago metropolitan area in '82. The victims had all taken Tylenol laced with potassium cyanide.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, obviously that's different than licking
Ben
and Jerry's.
But still, I mean, you're messing with things that people are eating and ingesting and stuff. You just can't do that, you know? And that's why, I mean, the thing is, like, it's not even funny. It's like, there's no... I just don't understand, you know? I don't understand stuff like that. When people just ruin other people's days or lives for jokes, you know, and record it and post it just so everyone can laugh at someone, you know, and they're in, like, such a bogus time in their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I don't know. I just don't understand stuff like that. That's why, like, I try to get off social media like that because it's so toxic.
Uh-huh.
You feel me? Like, there can be definitely a lot of great things when it comes to social media and how you can connect with people and share information. So that's cool. But, I mean, what it's turning into, like, everyone just wants to make somebody else look bad.
Yeah.
Everyone just wants to look better than the next person. You feel me? And that's what it is. So you know, if you go to a party and you're, like, I can remember, okay, one time this was a while ago, I was at a party and I was I was gone, bro. I was messed up. And this is like really the worst I've ever gotten. Like I collapsed. Like my legs like just gave out, and I got picked up and propped in a corner, right? And one friend was like blocking everybody, but all I remember was just a sea of people with their phones in my face. You feel me? Trying to just get me in my worst moment. And nobody was asking me like, yo, are you good? You feel me? Like, what do you need? Well, how can I help you? Everyone was just trying to laugh at me. Eventually someone came up and got me some water, which is what I needed. But you feel me? Like, that's what people are more concerned about is, let me go ahead and let me record this so I can post it so people can laugh at them. You feel me? Instead of helping them out. You feel me? And I'm just like, yo, like, that's everything, though. That's everywhere. And it's just like, yo, like, what happened? Why can't you guys just be good people? Like, when did it turn into, let me laugh at them at their worst moment, you know, so I feel better about myself, so I can get more likes on my page. You feel me? It's just, it's so trash, man. But that's what it is nowadays, bro. Like, people always got have cameras in people's faces all the time, trying to catch them slipping.
It's super sad. And, like, if your focus is so much on making that person look bad, obviously your life isn't doing that well either. Because you're focusing, you could be doing something to make yourself better, but here you are doing something for clicks and likes. Because followers, retweets, and likes don't translate to dollars.
No, they sometimes they do.
Not that often.
Not for the majority of people.
Not for the majority of people who are here. Like, for example, the ice cream thing. It started off with a girl, but then this dude, this is crazy. This dude was almost 40, 36 years old, licked the tub of ice cream, touched it with his finger, and then put it back. Like, you're almost 40, bro.
People just want the likes and the comments and the retweets.
But how? What are these likes?
Because the dopamine in the brain, you know, but for real though. Like,
yeah, no, you're right.
It happens. Like you know, people get addicted to stuff like that, so they're gonna do whatever they can to. You know, look. What about that one dude, Boom Gang?
Oh my god,
that dude,
bro.
like,
it was funny.
Bro, dude was
running. That was dude jumping on the stuff, right?
Just jumping on things, ruining displays, ruining people's days, man. Yes. Like, just for laughs and running out of there like it was funny. You feel me? Like, no, bro, like, that would not have gone with me. Like, if I'm working on something and you come up and mess it up, there's problems.
Squad. It'll be fighting. Instantly. I mean, I want to still
but the thing is, people are laughing at that. Yeah. You know, they're laughing at the person's that, oh, now their days, now I gotta pick up all of this stuff. Now, you know, my store is ruined now. I gotta close down so I can clean this up now. Yeah. You feel me? Like, you just ruined everything. And people are laughing at me because of something stupid that you did. And you're doing it just because of likes. Right. You know, and clicks, retweets.
And like, I just said someone who worked retail, you know, like it's considered a big box store, I guess. And I had to make displays for certain aisles. If I had to sit there and make a display, and you say you jump on it, one, I hope you get hurt. So that way you can't come back to the store, you stupid. Because you obviously you damage, for one of them, you're banned from the store. Yeah. Because I kind of hope you break something. That way, once you break it, you can not come back to the store, and I never have to see your face again. But then even with that, if I said I gotta clean all this up, I would want to push someone to get you banned from the store. Don't run, actually. Let me get your name and everything. Because I'm probably gonna want to fight you. Because working retail is not easy at all.
No, that's another thing, man. Man, it's like people lose manners when they go out. Like, they don't know how to act. Like, whether it's retail, restaurants, like, people are just people.
Well, you know, because as a server, you know.
Bro, like, the people are just so unnaturally messy. You feel me? Like, it's just, it baffles me how messy. There would be whole chicken wings on the ground. I'm like, how are you dropping food on the ground? Like, the table's right there. You feel me? Are you, like, throwing it, you know, just to make my life harder?
Right.
I just don't see how people can get so messy. I don't know, man. But people just, you know, it's like, you know, the people that are working at these restaurants or these stores aren't real people to the people that are coming in and shopping. You know, and they're just getting yelled at, and for things that they have no control over. You know, like, they're just an employee, you know, just working there, and they're yelling at something that the CEO made the decision on. And you're like, yo, like, I can't do anything about that. I'm sorry, you know? Like, come on, man. Like, these are normal people, you know? You should know that this 16, 17, 18-year-old person cannot do anything for you. Like, they're just there to be a cashier.
I'm trying to do my job, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I clock in, I clock out. Just like you, like, please just make my life easy. Please don't.
Most people don't do that, man.
No, they don't. And it's like, now when I go out to eat restaurants, I notice, like, when I'm somewhere and I'm getting service, I try to be extra nice. Because now I work at the job that I work at, and I understand dealing with, like, 10 different terrible customers, 8 different people in your face, being jerks, and all of a sudden it's just like, but that one person come up and just set it off, oh, that's the worst feeling. So I always try to be that nice person, like, yo, bro, how's your day going? It's good to see you, bro. Thank you for your service or whatever. Always tip my service, and I tip my barbers too. Always. Well, barber. Sorry, barber.
Yeah, barber.
Barber.
But yeah, man. I mean, people just don't understand, especially people that never worked in those industries. Like when it comes to food, like, yo, like your food has to get cooked. Like we have to cook the food. So like, I don't know why you're expecting it to come out in 10 minutes. Like it's gonna take a minute. However long it takes for you to cook food at home, just expect the same amount of time. Maybe even a couple more minutes added on because we're cooking for a whole restaurant, not just you.
Yeah.
You feel me? A lot of people don't understand that. So
how exactly does that work? Like, I imagine the kitchen's. I mean, sure, the kitchen's big, but say like 5 people order a steak. Are you just constantly cooking steaks, or do you just like stop?
Well, there's like sections in the restaurant. Like some person would be on grill, you know. So like if a steak comes up, or a burger, or grilled chicken breast, that's their focus. You know, someone else is on like fryers. Someone else is on, you know, like the Southwest or for my restaurant and stuff like that. But there's different positions that you focus on just that. Things that come up in that spot. So then, you know, it's not just one person like, I gotta cook this and I gotta do that, you know. But yeah, I mean, a lot of things are made to order. And if they're made to order, it's gonna take a while because we're cooking raw chicken, we're cooking raw steaks, we're cooking raw whatever. You feel me? And it's gonna be a minute. Now, if we could not do that and just have it prepared, but then it's gonna be gross. Yeah. Then you're gonna be upset because so it's like, what do you want? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Do you want fresh food or do you want prepared food that's been sitting there for an hour, just ready to dish out so you can get it quick? Like, you can't just if you're gonna come to a restaurant, don't expect to just leave right away. You feel me? Like, you're gonna be there. So just chill out, man. Man, Jesus.
Sounds like you have PTSD.
This is annoying, bro. People just don't forget manners when they come out for some reason, man.
What has being a server taught you all these years?
Like, what has it taught me?
Yeah. Like, what life lesson can you take, when you're done serving, what life lesson can you take away from
it? To not let people get to me, real life. I mean, you get rude customers, and you could let that ruin your day, where I'm just like, honestly, this is like, whatever. Like, if you're a rude customer, I'm like, alright, cool. Like, I don't care. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll just pass it off. I don't let people bother me. You feel me? You know, also just time management. Yeah. You know, controlling people and stuff like that. Like, just small stuff. But I mean, it's serving. You know, you can only learn so much.
For sure. All right, guys. Well, this was our first show here at our new home, WLCB. I like it here. I love it here. As a matter of fact, it's our first show. A lot of different opportunities, which means a lot of new stuff coming from us very, very, very soon. The rest of 2019, I was going to say 18. The rest of 2019 is going to be a great year from us. We hope you guys have a great day. Where can people find you at, bro?
All the social medias, even though I'm not always on the social medias, but you can find me on every single one. Just type in my name, Pierce Anderson. I will pop up. There's not many of me. What about you? Have you changed them yet? Or
nah, because I put out an application. I think I'm gonna change it because I put on the application like that, and I don't want to change my ad name or like change my URL to everything else, and then they not be able to find me. I'm kind of paranoid.
Yeah.
So, but
you have to do it eventually.
Yeah, I am. So, Devon Overstreet, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. YouTube is Devon Overstreet. Facebook is ISD and Devon Overstreet. Twitter, DGJ15, and of course you can find us here every Monday from 5 to 7 p.m. here on WLCB Lakes Radio. Thank you guys so much. You guys have an amazing day.